Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm Dave. Broken Rotex. No power. Does not spin. It's a no-go. Stopped mid-job on me after, I believe, so 10 or 11 years I've had this machine. It's done everything I've asked it to do and more. I mean, what could you ask for more? It's a dual mode. It's got that not proprietary Rotex, the mechanical swirl motion, but I believe they were one of the first ones, and a lot of the other manufacturers started to copy them. However, we've got a problem with this one. Like I said, it stopped mid-job, and I think I know what's wrong with it. I think it's going to be the brushes on the inside. Like I said, I've had this thing many years. This tool has some very unique brushes in it, in that I'll show it to you if that's what ends up being the problem, but it should have a plastic pin that pops down out of the carbon as it's being worn down. So there's a commutator that's spinning thousands of revolutions per minute, and in between that, those brushes, they sit almost like a brake pad on a car. Just look at it like that. And as those wear down, this plastic pin will pop, and it will almost act as a short to protect the tool and your motor from breaking. I think these things are $1,200–1,300 nowadays. So I mean, if you can fix it with a $20 part, you're gonna want to try. So let me make a fresh cup of coffee. Get this all sorted out over here, figured out with what tools I need to take this apart. I think it's just one screw out of the back. We'll remove the brushes and we'll see if that is in fact the issue. So stick around, let's do this. Is it garbage? Not garbage. Finish up with these, order some new brushes in, because that's all that's really wrong with it. Here, I've taken this brush out, and I'll show you, how I've determined that. It's quite an ingenious design, I have to think about it. Look at this little plastic pin here. Little plastic pin sits on a spring, just waiting for its day to save you what I think these tools are probably $1,200–1,300 nowadays. And don't get me wrong, they're worth every penny. I've had this for years and years, and I love it. It just does everything that I ask it to do and more. I mean, you can just see the wear marks and how much this thing's been used. So in order to change these brushes, like I said, new versus old, we'll get you in a little closer, and I'll show you the proper method to get these things replaced. Okay, so how do you change the brush? This is what I like to do. I just like to push on the spring just ever so slightly, just to get that to prop in, so I can get something in behind it and finagle it up. You can use just a tiny little screwdriver like I'm using, or you can use a toothpick. Whenever you're replacing these brushes though, be mindful that it does have to ride that commutator in the proper direction. And there's a top and a bottom, and I don't know if you can tell based on that angle that it's recessed a little bit. You want that slight recess to go towards the spring. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this back ever so gently. Don't just drop that carbon brush in. It is very fragile. You might not think you've done any damage to it. Treat them very carefully, because they can crack. And see what I've done here. This is going to be a problem as well. Make sure whenever you're doing this that it sits in this little channel here. Otherwise, potentially it could short out on you with wires. You'll see on the bottom as well. It's that easy. I mean, we'll put this in at the same time. All you're doing basically is you're putting this piece back in here, pushing down so that it goes into the mechanism there. That's back, running, we hope. We're going to repeat the same process for the bottom. Get that direction properly, is this way. Again, with the spring, we're going to gently pry in so that we can get it up and over. Grab your brush, right direction, back very, very gently. In. Good connection. Go slow with it. There's no rush here. I mean, you've waited long enough to order these brushes potentially if you don't have them on hand, and most won't, but that's pretty much all you need to do. Just double check how your wiring is run. You don't want anything to short out. Now's a good time, but if you did have some air to clean it out, but I imagine you would have already done that by now. Plug it in. We're going to clean it up potentially if this works with the Commutator Stone at the same time. Inside here, you'll see that this is where the brushes are riding along, and you can clean that up with some sandpaper, or you can use this Commutator Stone. When I turn this on, we're hoping we get power. It starts to give it light, but we're going to clean this up too. Very good. Very good. Very awesome. Look how clean that got too. Perfect. So that's all there is to it. That's all you need to do. You put this thing back together. It's pretty simple to put back together too. All you're gonna do, slide this on, just like that. Put this last little screw in, and it's good.